Hey all, I had a student reach out and tell me that the labs were taking them a really long time, so I wanted to, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so I apologize. I really wanted to get this out. I'd just like it to be a little more professional. But if you're having problems with slowness, I want to show you what I mean by using a code editor and the benefits that it can bring to writing your code and making you more efficient, because that is really what it's all about, is not doing it all manually, but understanding the syntax and then what tools are available to you to complete your coding projects. So I'm in my Ubuntu terminal right now on my home desktop and workstation. So I'm just going to I'm going to go ahead and clone a repository that I have right now in GitHub, and it's just one that I'm working on for work. Picking this repository plain and simply because I was just recently working on these scripts. So, sorry, I'm on VPN and pointed to my company's DNS servers, and they do not like stuff on the internet when I do it like this. So I'll go git clone. It's asking for my username because this one's a private repository. So I'll go ahead and all right, so I can see new fold scripts is there, and that's the repository that I just downloaded. So I'm gonna go ahead and start Atom, which is one of the code editors that I use as my code editor of choice, mainly because it's free. And when I was starting out, I like free stuff. I don't like to spend money on tools when I don't understand. I don't even know if I'm gonna like the technology that I'm working on. So I'll just go ahead and stick with Atom for right now, but you can also use Notepad++. I'll cover both here in just a second. So I will do Atom and then new fold scripts. And it says, you know, no such file or directory, but realistically it's opening up Atom for me. Okay, so this is Atom. This is a code editor. You can see on the left right here that it opened up my project new fold scripts, and it shows any directories that I have in there, as well as my Git repository. That's one of the things I like about Atom, is I can click this little GitHub icon right here, and you can see I am signed into my GitHub account in Atom, and I also have Git built in right here. So all those commands you are entering, it is very important that you know those commands from the terminal. So if I go to network, new fold scripts, and do a git status, you can see there's no changes, and I'm on a clean working branch, and this is why it is actually very important that you know how to work it in the command line, because if you don't know how to create branches and check out to different branches, merge your pull requests in the command line, personally, I think you're going to have problems when you actually get on the job, and some places require you to use that, and not to mention not all code editors have Git built in like Atom does. But what I'll do real quick is I will just go ahead and show you what I mean by the use of a code editor without showing you any of my scripts. So I will right click and I'll create a new file, and I will do a just simple hello world.py. And by doing .py, you can see my icon right there change, so Atom is recognizing this as a Python script. So it knows that this is a Python language. Underneath all my other scripts right here, you can see it picked up that this one is Python. The other ones are basically inventory files, so I personally do not put extensions on my inventory files when it comes to writing scripts. So these are just a list of IP addresses, because my code here opens up that list of IP addresses, and then it connects to all those different IP addresses. But you can also see it picked up the Git. It gave me a nice little Git icon, and it picked up my Git hidden file. That's why it's able to communicate with GitHub. It picked up my git ignore file. And now I'm in my hello world.py. So what I mean by code editors are great and awesome. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. I've never had to do that, so just give me one moment, because if I can make it bigger, I will make it bigger. I don't think I can. try the old-fashioned way. Ah, there we go. So it took. Sweet. All right, so for instance, you know, at this point we've covered some loops and different variables that we can make. So let's say I wanted to import something. So if I do you see I just started typing in IMPO and it's starting to give me suggestions. I do have a subscription for this service called Kite, which helps you. What Kite does is it's trying to help, really help you code. And try and finish your code for you. So Kite was correct right here and it picked up on it. So I'm just gonna hit tab instead of typing in the whole thing. And I don't know, I will import getPass because I know I've covered that one. So I'll do import getPass. And then when it comes to, like, let's say I want to define a dictionary of items. So I'll do router1 equals, and as you can see, it's trying to give me options, but that's not what I want. What I am looking for is creating a dictionary. Yeah, I'll do a dictionary real quick. So put my syntax in. You'll notice I only put that in once. I only put the curly, you can hear my keyboard. I hit it once, but it gives me both ends. And it puts me right in the middle there because it knows I am trying to write a dictionary right now. So if I hit enter, you can see it picked up on what it is that I'm trying to do, and it went ahead and gave me a new line automatically. So now I'll hit tab and we'll just do host name, and you'll notice again right there when I entered in, excuse me, when I entered in my my quotes, my single quotes right there, I only enter it once. So you can hear my keys right now. I will hit the quote, a single quote button one time. It gave me both and put me in the middle. So I will type in host name, and now I do have to finish it. As you can see right there, Kite's already picking up that I'm trying to create a dictionary. So right now I can hit tab and it will put me into entering in the value of that dictionary. So if I do tab, boom, now I'm putting in the value, so I can do router, I'll do Jack's HQ router 01 is the host name, and now I'm entering a new line, and I'll just go ahead and do the same thing again. I'll do IP address 10.10.1, and I'll do another one, and it is going to be a vendor, Cisco, and I will do a type as router. And then there you can see my dictionary is already written for me, and it highlighted everything nice and pretty so I can see what it is. If I need to make adjustments or changes to my code as I'm writing it, because I mean that did not take very long, I can easily stand up another dictionary right now. And I'll do Jack's HQ, I'll do gateway router 01. I'm just making stuff up right now just because I'm trying to give you some examples. IP address, and look at that, I hit tab and it threw me all the way over here. So 10.10.10.2 maybe. Vendor, I'll hit tab, Cisco tab, and type, I'll go ahead and put gateway router. So you can see how code editor really makes for efficient writing of the code. I could also come in here and just copy and paste, and then if I just wanted to change the name, I can type in Atlanta branch router 01, and give it a new IP address. Say this is a Arista device, and I don't know, I'll say it's a core router, branch core, and I need to come in and change the name. And then even same thing goes if I'm making a list. So I can say our list is routers. And now go ahead and just start typing everything in. So I'll just hit R right now, and let's see what happens. See, it's giving me options. So I can even just hit down, and it's already picking up what I'm trying to do. And there I've just created a list of all my devices. And I can do a print. Look, I just hit P. Although I'm using Kite, there are different packages that you can get for Atom, and that goes with almost any code editor, I would say, except for probably Notepad++, which is more everything is built in. So if I wanted to come in and look at all my different packages, I could come into File, Settings, Packages, and there's tons of tutorials on the internet to get through Atom and figure out which packages that you want to use and which that you like. So this mini-map one, I don't have displayed right now because it's usually just a map when you have really big code, and it just gives you a small map of all your code. I have script, which allows me to actually run code, Python code in Atom. And I've got file icons, which gives me my Git icon, my Python icon, and you can see right here this little cloud with the number. That's how many times it's been downloaded. That just lets you know whether or not it's popular or not. I've got another one up here. This one's a little still under development. It doesn't work too well in Windows environments, but on my Mac, this one actually works very well. And it allows me to go to activate Python virtual environments. And then here's autocomplete, which is autocomplete Python. I forget which autocomplete you have by default. I think it's autocomplete API, but you have some form of autocomplete that is enabled by default in Atom when you first get it. So I could even, I can come through here, look, these are all the core packages, but if I wanted to install, I can come down here and I could search packages. I'll just type in Python just to see what's available. Got something right here that's depreciated. This IDE, have not used it, but it's got 1 million downloads. I would say that's probably pretty good. Atom Python run a Python source file. So as you can see, these are all the different packages because anything that is open source is supported by the community. And here's my autocomplete Python with 3 million downloads. I really like that one. You can see what updates are available for all your packages. You can apply themes to your code editor if you don't like the colors. I mean, there's a lot of different stuff that you can do right here. So that's all included kind of in your settings. Like I said, I really want to make a more professional version of this quote-unquote lecture, but right here I'll just go ahead and do a print statement, and I'll do router. We'll do print router 0, and we'll do, see how I just put that single quote in there and it's telling me all of my options already. So I will go down and we'll just do type. I'm going to save this with a Control S, so now you can see it's saved. I haven't run script in here in a while, so let me see if I can't. Click it to absolute path, relative path, that's not what I want. Oh, jeez. Sorry, I do a lot of my coding on my Mac. Where's my selection? Where is script? All right, well, oh, I think this is an initialized script. Copy your init script. Nope, that's not what I want. If you want to learn how to do something with one of your packages, so I have a script installed, you all saw it, and I'm forgetting right now, hey, how do I run a script? I forget how to do that. So I just go ahead and click here, and it comes with a README file, and it gives you instructions on how to use it. So I'm just going to come currently supported grammars, and I'm going to come down to Python. But where is my, did I already pass over it? Warning, we need to maintain, run scripts based on file name. Okay, cool. See, I should have this little script thing at the bottom here that should be popping up. I might need to update it. Installation, cannot find a node, usage. Here we go. On a Linux or Windows, Control-Shift-B will do run. All right, cool, Control-Shift-B. So there it is. So let's go ahead and run this script with Control-Shift-B. I hope that I don't need that update, but I'll go ahead and run it. And then boom, you can see right there at the bottom, it went ahead and ran my script, it finished, and it displayed router to the screen. I can copy this. One, type, save it, Control-Shift-B, and there you can see my script ran successfully. I can also come in here and I can copy, come back to Bash, Python 3, and you'll notice I can just kind of paste it in there and run it in my interpreter as well. It's just important that you know about the interpreter, but if you are entering everything in the interpreter, that is more than likely why this is taking you so long. And I can even do, you know, so I've got a list already, so I'll say for I'll just do R in router, print. So it's going to go through my list, grab each router, and then I will go ahead and print to the screen R, and we will print the host name. And see, it already finished this for me, so I hit tab, finish off the line, and then I'm just going to print coding in Atom. All right, cool. Now I have to save this, and it's indicated that it's not saved. Up here at the top, you'll see that blue dot. That's telling me that this is not saved. So I hit Control-S to save, and Control-Shift-B, and you can see it just ran my code, no problem. On the right, you can see all of my unstaged changes. It's saying, hey, hello world.py is not staged. It shows me which branch I'm in. Right now I'm in main. I've got 2 on this, or I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I already opened a pull request for this one. So there you can see I'm on the main branch, but I can stage all my changes just by clicking this button, stage all. They are all now staged. I can put my commit message in here, and this is a, for my commit message, I'll do demonstrating Atom, and then I can commit to the main if I want to. This is a production, the rest of the code in here is all production code, so I am not going to do that, because then I would just have to, I'll commit to main. All right, so now everything's good. Right here I've got this little push where I can push it up to the original repository. I don't want to do that, because again, it just would not make sense for this repository. But I will go ahead and delete this out of here. So let me go ahead and just delete. Are you sure? Yes, let's go ahead and move it to the trash, because what I wanted to show you next is that you can also use the very handy tool, which will more than likely be available to you anywhere you go, and that's Notepad++, just because it's so popular and it has so much functionality built into this. Atom is more of a developer tool, a developer environment. Notepad++ is more of a multi-function tool, but I can still come in here, select P for Python under language, and then I'll select Python, and you can see I can do import, and it's still even giving me my options. So I'll do import, get pat. See, it's trying to give me stuff already. None of them are correct, but it's all right. Import get pass, and then I'll do router 1 again. And you'll notice it doesn't complete a lot of these for me in double like Atom does, which is why I like Atom so much. But you can still use it, and it still works just as well, because it gives me everything that I need. Come on. Sorry, I keep hitting the wrong key. And I will do, again, you know, Jack's HQ, router 01, and I will do IP, so 192.168.1.1, and do vendor Cisco, and I'll just go ahead and leave it at that. But you can see it's still giving me a pretty good syntax and coloring my code for me, letting me know what things are and where they're working. It'll allow me to collapse things down so I can collapse my dictionary if it's just confusing me to look at it while I'm coding. Like here's a few bigger scripts that I have, so I can collapse these down if I don't want to see all that while I'm coding and working on a specific portion of my code. But as you can see, it's also not too bad of a choice if I do say so. And I can always come in here, you know, just copy, paste, but I'm gonna want you, and you'll see it, it highlighted both those. I double clicked that, and that's because I believe it's gonna allow me to, don't know this development environment too well, but I should be able to, there's multi-selects available sometimes, but you know, I could do just name, but it showed me where that is all present in my script. So when my scripts get very big, and for instance, I'm needing to use this net connect handler right here. So where is this all used? Well, I just double click and boom, it shows me everything that I would need to change if I want to change the name of this net connect variable, which connects to a Cisco device. So that is the short and sweet. You can see it says, oh, you deleted hello world. Yes, I want to delete hello world, and removed SDN Atom demo, and I'll commit to main, and I'm good to go. Now I'm back on with the working branch. So hope this helps you out. This should help you make you more efficient. And if I get the time, I will try and make this a little more professional and show you how to install packages and what different packages I personally use and some ones that I disable by default. But there's tons of documentation on the internet that's available to help you get your Atom environment up and running. Just you know, make sure you specify that you want to use it for Python coding. So thank you. Hope this helps.